Hello everyone. So in this video I am going to show the basic working of Prometheus and Grafana. So Prometheus is basically installed on the standalone server, so I'm not using any cluster. So you can see the Prometheus is already installed, and I will just run this command because right now Prometheus is not running. So I'll just push it to the background as a background job so that it will keep on running. Otherwise, if I'll close the terminal, the process will stop. And I have also I have installed exporter. So node exporter is required for the node metrics like CPU metrics, your memory metrics. For all that you need the node exporter. Otherwise, by installing the Prometheus only, you'll get the default Prometheus metrics, not the node metrics. So I'm very much concerned about the node performance, how the remote server is performing. So I'll log into Grafana and I'll use this Prometheus as a data source. So that is nothing but my IP address colon 9090. So yeah, here Grafana is loading. You can also log into Grafana using your Gmail account. So I'll try to create a new dashboard. I'll just show the IP address to you, which IP address I'm using. That is my server's IP address. Yeah, that will be networking part, and yeah, this is the public IP. So IP colon 9090, if I'll provide, I'll get the Prometheus UI, and here I can find all the metrics. Here also I can run all the queries from QL, but Grafana is the most suitable way to observe the metrics because it provides you custom graphs. Yeah, so I can see all the node metrics coming via node exporter. Yeah, so node exporter service is also enabled. Yeah, and yeah, it is started also, and I can see this in a status it is running. I'll also provide the link to install the Prometheus and node exporter. Let's go to the dashboard, and yeah, let's find some existing dashboard, or let's create a new dashboard. Add visualization. Here I have to choose the source, data source. So data source should be coming from my droplet, that is the remote server. So I have selected that. So you have to be very much specific about the data source, because some default data source will be there, but you have to choose the data source of your server. That data source you need to add that. So I have already added that, so it was showing in the drop down. Yeah, this is the data source which is showing here. And let's say I am checking what are the node metrics available. You can see ARP entries, boot time second, node context switch, and I can run the queries. Currently I am not selecting any label for the metrics. Every metric has some label, something like the IP address, job. So these are the labels. Using that label we can filter the metric, we can narrow down the observe whatever we are observing in the dashboard. So this is the boot time in seconds. I'm just giving here the basic thing, like I will not go much into deep. I'm just showing like how we are installing the Prometheus, and what is the final purpose of installing the Prometheus and node exporter. Let's select some simple metric which is like useful for day-to-day life. Go to file system, free bytes, so it will show you how much disk space is available for you. So right now it is having several levels, so I'll just try to, because it is showing all the mount points, so mount point will come in the label. So label is very useful if you want to narrow down your dashboard results, you have to select the level carefully. You can give the panel title here. The right side you can set the graph type that you want to see in the statistics or bar chart or a line graph. All these things you can select. So I'm trying to set the data type of the number what we are getting. Maybe you are very much concerned about seeing it in GB. Some people will see it in try to see it in megabytes. Some people will be very comfortable in seeing it in kilobytes. But let's observe in the GB. So you can also set the threshold. Let's say uh, now the free disk space is, let's say, 50 GB, but if it comes down to 5 GB, then you should set some alert by seeing at the dashboard. It should turn red, or it should send an email, or it should send a message to the Slack. So you should set that alert. So it is useful in that way. If disk space is going low, then you'll not log into your node always, and you'll run df-h command, but you will be monitoring your Grafana, or maybe in your mobile Slack or Teams is installed, you'll get the alert. Or maybe I think it is possible in Telegram or WhatsApp also getting the results. I have not tried that part, but yeah, it is possible. Sometime when the installations are critical, and when the disk space is filling fast, so in that case you have to do some kind of incident management. So I can save this result, available disk size, and you can edit the panel from here. So there are because several values are coming, because we have not set the label. We have to set the label like which mount point. It is showing for different mount points, right? So we can select that part. 68 GB is free currently. I verified with df-h command also. So you can select the label from here. Device, file system type, instance. There is only one instance currently. Yeah, let's select the mount point. Yeah, mount point slash. So if you are well aware of Linux, then you might be understanding what I am doing. So I have just selected the mount point as slash. So here I am verifying it. 68 GB is available. So it is showing correct result approximately. Let me save this, and I can set the threshold also here. Right now it is showing in red. Because it has come down from 80 to 67, that is why. Let me add some threshold. Some lesser number, because available disk size you might be setting the lesser number like 10 GB. If it comes down to 10 GB, then it should send this alert. Let me select some lesser values. 30 GB. Yeah, if it comes down to 30 GB, alert me. Yeah, so if it will go below 30, then it will turn red. So all these graph settings are there.